Hi everyone, welcome back to SalesforceBigThumb, and in this video we will learn about master detailed relationship. So let's begin. So before watching this video, I would recommend you all to visit my previous video which was on relationships, where I discussed about the basics of relationship. Okay, so a master detailed relationship is a one-to-many kind of relationship where there are two objects, one which is called the master object and the other one is called the detail object. Also, we can call it the parent-child relationship, where the master object is also called the parent object and the detail object is called the child object. For the next point, the child record cannot exist without a parent object record, which means that each child record should be associated with one parent object record. For the next point, while the other way is not true, a parent object can exist on its own and it can have multiple child object records. Next point, when a parent object record is deleted, the associated child object records also get automatically deleted. Next point, the parent object record controls the properties and the behavior of the child object record. Next point, the owner of the parent object record is also the owner of the child object record. For example, if owner 1 creates a child object record and then associates it to a parent object record which was created by owner 2, then the owner of the child object record will automatically change to owner 2. I hope you understand. Next point, the sharing and security settings of the child object record are also derived from the parent object record. Next point, the MD field or the master detail relationship field is required on page layout. Next point, the parent of a child object cannot be changed by default, but there is an option of allow reparenting, and if we check that checkbox while we are making the MD relationship field, then we can change the parent, which is also called reparenting. Next point, whenever we undelete a parent object record, then the associated child object records also get undeleted automatically. As in the case of deletion, similar in the case of undeletion of records. So now let's see on which type of objects can we create a master detail relationship. We have four possibilities: a standard object with a standard object, a standard object with a custom object with a standard object, and a custom object with a custom object. So there are two important points to remember. The first one, that no standard object can be on the detail side of the MD relationship, and the lead and user standard objects cannot be on the master side as well. So no standard object can be on the detail side, and the lead and user master object, or I'm sorry, the standard object cannot be on the master side of any MD relationship. So if we come back and let's see, so for the first example, standard object cannot be on the detail side, which it is here. So this is not possible. For the second one, a standard object is again on the detail side, which is not possible. And the rest two are possible. They both can have a MD relationship. Now let's go to our Salesforce org and create a MD relationship. So we will be creating the same objects which we discussed in our previous video, which were brand and cars, where brand is the master object and cars is the detail object. So let's quickly create both of these objects and then we will establish a MD relationship between them. Alright, so I have created both of these objects and now let me show you both of them. So first it is the brands object. Here it is. And I have also created the fields which are the brand ID, the brand name, origin country, and phone. And the rest of these three fields are just created by the platform itself. Now let me go back and show you the other object, which is car. Here also car ID, the manufactured year, and the model. And there is three fields are created by the platform itself. Alright, so let's now move forward and create our MD relationship field. Remember that the MD relationship field is always created on the child object or the detail object, which in our case is the cars object. So we'll go to the cars object and create an MD relationship field. Alright, so here I am at the cars object. I'll click on new and we will select the master detail relationship. Then click on next. Here we have to select the master object for our relationship, which is brand in our case. So I'll go and select brand and click on next. Now we can give a name to our field. I will just leave it at default. And down you can see the option of allow reparenting. As we had discussed, allow reparenting will allow to change the parent of our child record anytime. We will leave it as default and move ahead. Click on next. Again click on next, next and save. So we have successfully created our MD relationship field. Okay, so I am in the brands object and now let's create some records. So click on new and just enter the details. Okay, so I have created few records in this brands object. Now let's go and create some records in the cars object. So I am at the cars object and now let's create some records. So again click on new and we can select the model. So for the first one we go with WagonR. Manufactured year would be 2016. And as you can see, there is one more field for there is the master detail relationship field called the brand, and it is required by default. We did not set it as required. It is required automatically as we discussed. Now, when we click on it, it opens a lookup where we can select any record. Let's go with B1 and click on save. Alright, so we have associated the record C1 with the brand B1. Now what if we delete the record B1? Let's see. I go to B1 and click on delete. Now I go to the cars object and the C1 record is automatically deleted as we had discussed earlier. Alright, so I have created one more record in the cars object, which is C2, and as you can see on the details object, I cannot change the brand. Why? Because I did not allow reparenting while I was creating the MD relationship field. So that's all for this particular video. I hope you understood master detail relationship. Make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep learning. Bye bye.